Here are 21 incredible mods for Build 42. Starting off with subscribe to Awpenheimer. I'm just kidding. Well, no, please do it. But the real number one is what can I craft? This mod is incredibly helpful and time-saving, and it does exactly what it says on the tin. You can right-click on any item and it will show you exactly what you can craft. And here is every recipe that includes leather strips. That is a lot of recipes. This really does save you the time of searching every item you have, and with the new huge and complex crafting system, this will come in very handy. Because it's pretty overwhelming if I'm being honest. There's so much to craft. And number 2 is generator time remaining. Another very simple yet helpful quality of life mod. So in vanilla, other than fuel percentage, it doesn't show you how long until you run out of gas. But with this, you can simply check your generator info and it will show you exactly how many days and hours until you're out. Now I'll speed this up so you can see it drop. And there we go. And take in mind, different generators will run at different efficiencies. And out of the 4, the premium technologies is the best. So keep your eye out for one of these. And on to number 3, sink cleaned rags. Now for those of you playing Unstable, you will understand why this one is needed. So as you can expect, this lets you clean rags in a sink as it should be. Nice and clean. Now I'm actually hoping this mod becomes redundant, because that means the mods would have fixed this issue. At least I'm hoping it's an issue and not an actual choice by the devs, because that would just make no sense. And 4 is handbag window climb. Instead of dropping your bags while hopping through windows, which doesn't really make sense, this lets you keep the bag you hold whilst climbing through. For a game about realism, this should be in the base game. Of course with a penalty of climbing through slower. But yeah, this is a mod that everybody should have. Number 5 is a big one. Excavation basement expansion. And this allows you to dig through the walls and expand your basements. You simply need a shovel and some sacks to carry the dirt. Digging will tire you out very quickly, but it's definitely worth it. This is what every basement enjoyer has been wanting. This is going to be a very popular mod. It also opens up a lot of awesome opportunities to make some insane bases. I'm looking forward to seeing the creations from this one. So with your shovel in hand and sacks in inventory, you right click, select dig, choose your tile, and get digging. And voila, you have expanded. Let's see how tired it really makes you. This is a fairly fit guy, works out in his home basement gym, but he wants to expand. And he just gets a bit of muscle strain. That's not too serious. Let's try another. Yeah, nothing crazy. Although we now are too exhausted to dig, which is fair enough. But now you can do something incredible and sit on chairs. Let's go. So yeah, this is a great mod. Real quick, while we're on number 5, I did just hit 5,000 subscribers. So a huge thank you to every single one of you. And on to 10k, baby. 6 is carry visible generators. Another self-explanatory title. Instead of generators, for some reason, disappearing when being picked up, it now shows right there in your hands. With all of the beautiful new generators. Just add some realism and immersion. And I see no reason why this shouldn't be in the base game. So I'd definitely recommend downloading it. Quick note, if you want any of the mods in this video, the Steam collection will be in the description. At 7 is Rain's axes and blades. And this mod adds a whole bunch of cool new weapons. Including a bush machete, a curved machete, a sawback machete, a hatchet, a bearded hatchet, a fiberglass axe, an axe maul, 2 different types of wakizashi, and a new katana variation. The new katana and wakizashis are just as rare as the base game katana, with a few additional spawn points, and the axe maul is just as rare as the sledgehammer. And that's a good balance to have. You don't want mods that are just super overpowered and don't make sense, so seems Rain did a good job with this one. I'm a big machete fan, so the different variations is so nice to have. And them wakizashis look amazing. I know I'm probably butchering the name, but they're like one-handed katanas. That just sounds perfect. At number 8 is throw your bag across. And this allows you to throw your bags over fences, through windows, or anywhere within a 7-tile square around you. So you simply need to equip the backpack in your primary hand. And anywhere you click, you'll get the option to throw the bag. Simple as that. Now this is something I think should also be in the base game. It does get annoying trying to jump over tall fences when you're carrying too much and dropping the bag. But in real life, as long as the bag isn't comedically huge, you would be able to throw it over the fence. It might take some real effort, but you could do it. So I think this is a great quality of life mod to add to the game. Number 9 is Lesley's cookable containers. So currently, there's a bunch of containers that don't let you cook or boil in them. And this mod changes that, allowing you to cook or boil in a saucepan, copper saucepan, empty tin can and water ration can, a forged bucket, all metal cups including copper, gold and silver, and clay mugs. Another simple quality of life mod that should be in the base game. But with Build 42 being ironed out, I wouldn't be surprised if they added this for full release. Now that water bucket took hours, but as you can see it did work. Once again, another mod that I believe will eventually be added to the game. It's definitely worth downloading this one, especially if you're into the wilderness survival. 10. Ammo loot drop. With this mod, every zombie you eliminate has a chance to drop ammo, ensuring you're always locked and loaded for the next wave. Zombies may drop both loose rounds and ammo boxes, and you can adjust the drop rate in the sandbox settings. At number 11 is detailed descriptions for occupations and traits. I still have no idea why this isn't in vanilla. I'm sure most of you know about this already, but if you don't, this mod provides more detailed descriptions for occupations and traits. Instead of playing guessing games whilst creating your character, you can now see the exact values and effects each trait and occupation has. It goes really in depth too, even showing all of the crafting recipes. And I'm liking the look of the burglar. Get armored up and grow some hemp. It's definitely useful to know all of these different statistics. I deem this mod absolutely essential, especially for those newer to the game. Number 12 is simple player stats bars. One that I have covered before, so I'll quickly run through it. This mod adds a handy interface to display your character's stats, allowing for better management of their condition. It's fully customizable, being able to hide any information you'd like. You can change the settings of opacity, and you can toggle it on or off with the F7 key. I like a clear screen, so the option to toggle it is great, and being able to check all of that out when I want to makes this a great mod for me. One thing I did just discover by accident is if you hover over the stats menu and use the scroll wheel, it will expand it, which is pretty cool. You can make it. It would be nice if we had a page like this in this panel somewhere, but for now you'll just have to get this mod. 13. Tactical sheaths. This mod introduces knife and katana sheaths to the game, offering an additional inventory slot for tactical gear. It also adds this little tactical knife, which is pretty cool. You can see here the different knife sheaths, one for the back and thigh, and just look how cool they look. That is pretty gangster. We are absolutely knifed up right now. That a knife? I like. Another change is that you can no longer attach the katana to your back. It needs a sheath. So if we wear that, then we can attach it. And does that just not look very, very, very cool? That is clean. I like that. There's a bunch of different designs too, which is nice. I'm definitely going to use this. Got me feeling like Michonne from The Walking Dead. 14 is more maps. With the huge map expansion that came with Build 42, a lot of the new towns and cities don't have their own maps. But this fixes that by adding a map for Echo Creek, Irvington, Brandenburg, Ekron, Fallis Lake, Dixie, although it's rare, Scenic Grove, also rare, Muldraw's Rail Yard, very rare, and Doe Valley, also very rare. There's not too much to say on this one, other than I would recommend this to everybody. While we're on the topic with the new map, the devs done great with the expansion and the current glow up. I'm enjoying it so much right now. And at 15 is crawl. If zombies can crawl, why can't you? Well, now you can. And to do so, get close to a car or car wreck. And whilst looking at the car, press the crawl key, which is F by default, but you can change it. And you'll get down and crawl right under. And this works for any car, vanilla or modded. This one could be a lifesaver. It's actually a pretty clean animation. I hope the devs add this to the game one day. I'm sure that would feel and look so smooth. Number 16. Become desensitized. Are you tired of your character panicking at the sight of a zombie, even after slaughtering countless amounts of them? Well, this mod is for you. After you kill 500 zombies through melee or gun combat, you get the chance to become desensitized, and this chance increases as you get more zombie kills. If you reach 2,000 zombie kills, you automatically become desensitized, and those numbers can be changed in the sandbox to your liking. Some traits and professions also change the chance that you'll become desensitized. So the traits that will affect it are Brave and Hunter, Cowardly, Agoraphobic, Claustrophobic, Hemophobic, and Pacifist, with the negative traits being removed once you do become desensitized. And the occupations that alter it are Police Officer, Fireman, Park Ranger, Security Guard, Doctor, and Nurse. I think this is a good mod that makes sense. Definitely geared more towards the long-term survivors. Whilst the zombies are terrifying at first, you will eventually get used to them. 17. Minimal display bars. Another one that I'm sure you would have seen before. Similar to the simple stats bars. It's a panel that shows you a bunch of stats in a more minimal way, but it is also very customizable. Personally, I don't like this one as much. I mean, it's cool you can move each one separately and completely change it. I feel like there's just too much going on, even though it is minimalistic. But I know for a fact there are people out there who prefer this one. And if you do, you can now use it in Build 42. At 18 is Auto Reload, a mod that allows you to optimize reload training. Let's say you're stuck in your base with a broken leg. You're probably very bored. Why not spend that time productively and get better at reloading? So get that shotgun and 1 or 2 shells and improve your reload speed. You can practice this whilst walking around and also whilst increasing game speed. Also, it doesn't only work on shotguns, it does work in magazines too. 19. Real night vision. Now with Build 42, nighttime is dark. And I mean very, very dark. It's actually kind of terrifying, I'm not gonna lie. But this mod adds 2 different types of night vision goggles. One is craftable and one can be found in military areas. These ones look so cool, man. It's giving Splinter Cell. The default button to activate them is N. And look at that. As bright as day. You got nothing to be scared of anymore, apart from the battery running out. I can imagine these are super hard to find, especially with how good they are. If you do struggle to find them, a quick tip. The cat's eyes trait is now incredibly useful. This is how it looks without them. And this is how it looks with the trait. That is a huge difference. That is now the first trait I choose when building a character. But yeah, this is a super cool mod. And I am surprised we don't have any night vision goggles in vanilla yet. Now, number 20 is Jump. And I bet you can't guess what this one does. Oh, fair enough, you're right, yeah. This allows you to jump up to 4 tiles. You must be running or sprinting. You must be in good health condition. And then you can press F by default to jump. You can change this key if you'd like. In terms of health condition, you must be above 50% in the lower torso, groin, legs, and feet. Exercise fatigue and stiffness must be below 50%, and make sure you have no fractures or deep wounds. So, for how far you can jump, the base distance while running is 1 meter. 1 meter is 1 tile. Sprinting adds 1.25 meters. Each point in strength and fitness adds 0.1 meters. And levels of endurance, heavy load, obese trait, and overweight trait all remove distance by some capacity. At the current moment though, you can't jump over fences. There's this weird animation. Kinda works, but it's a bit dodgy. It would be super interesting to see whether the devs add a jump in the future. I hope they do. I'm sure they'll execute it very well. And that would definitely change the game up quite a bit. But so far this mod looks pretty well executed. Minus a few fixes that need to be addressed. And last but not least, 21. And this is going to be multiple options. But starting off with Neon Moodle levels. These add some clean bars to your Moodles to show what level they are at. and you can choose a circular or vertical design. This mod does not change the Moodles, only the backgrounds, so you can use other retextures with this mod. And that's where the other choices come in. Now it seems 99.9% of people don't like the new Moodles, but thankfully there are a bunch of options out there now, and whichever one you choose will work perfectly with the neon Moodle levels. Or by themselves, of course. There's 3 nice options here: old Moodles and new, Moodles reanimated, and DevCat's Moodles. To make sure this mod works, you need to enable Moodle Framework, and make sure this mod loads after any other Moodle retexture. You can do this in the mod order, bottom right. Very simple. Real quick, with the Neon's level mod, I am having some issues with the scaling. You can see the bars are actually behind the Moodles. I'm sure that's something I could fix if I went through the settings. Alright, that's it for today. There's some great mods, and there's going to be so many more coming. I'm really enjoying Build 42. I hope you all are too. Let me know down below which of these mods is your favourite. And if you enjoyed, leave a like. Subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you in the next one. And peace.